Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Welcome. If you're watching for crypto information, you've joined the right channel. Here we're taking a look at Bitcoin right now, but we are also looking at any other altcoins you want me to take a look at. So if you have any requests, make sure to put them in the comment section down below. But yeah, right now we're looking at a little bit of a pullback because we did set a lower high here for Bitcoin. We have our high, then we have our lower high here. So it just depends now whether we create even a lower low and we start going into a little bit of a consolidation phase before next leg up, or if we actually bounce off this level right here. This is a very critical level here, around 37,600, where we found some sort of support, but now we're just trading within this range. We did create this M pattern here. So we have this M pattern here. So this could signify that if we cannot hold this area at 37,700, then we are going to be going down lower here and testing 37,000 in the near future. But that's what's looking like for Bitcoin. If you want me to take a look at any other altcoins, make sure to put them in the comments down below. But right now, Bitcoin is coming in for a little bit of a pullback. We had a lot of resistance back here before we broke out. So my guess is that once we break this neckline right here, if we don't bounce off here, then we are going to be creating a bigger M pattern and coming back down here to this demand zone at around 35,000. But this is on the shorter time frames. If you want me to take a look at any other ones, make sure to comment down below. But Bitcoin right now is coming in for a little bit of a pullback. Let's also see where we can actually find an area where we can bounce off from. So I'm going to be using my favorite retracement, swing low to swing high. So right now we just bounced off the 0.5. So if we have if we continue our momentum to the upside, we're going to have to bounce off this and then move on higher away from here. But right now it's looking like we are getting a lot of resistance from our orange 50-day moving average as dynamic resistance. So we are going to be coming back down lower here if we pass back on this 5 right here. So if we confirm the 5 is not actual support, then we're going to be coming back and dropping down a lower to this either red 200-day moving average or the golden pocket here between 37,294 to 37,200. Remember, if you have any sort of requests or any altcoins you want me to look at, drop them down in the comments below. But right now we're just looking at Bitcoin and seeing where can Bitcoin go. We're creating an M pattern, so price target for this M pattern would be right around 37 to 36,800. Remember, if you're just joining, make sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. But we're going to be looking at Bitcoin and any other altcoin that interests you guys here. So, but we are seeing a bit of a pullback today as we make this M pattern for Bitcoin. If you want me to take a look at any altcoins, yeah, dropping down in the comments down below. But we are going into this over the RSI is actually, let's see. So we're on the lower half of the RSI, meaning that we are starting a downtrend. And volume is also decreasing here as well, but we are seeing more selling volume. So we're going to have to take a look at what is going to happen next. But right now we're holding the 50. So we're holding the 0.5. So I made my Fibonacci retracement level from the swing low to the swing high. And right now it has retraced 50% of the move. It all just depends right now if we hold, right? So this is our 50% of the move. We came back down, retraced 50% of the way. Now we're bouncing up, but we are finding resistance right here. So we will know in the next 2 minutes of this 15-minute candle where this direction is going to be going, because we came down, retested this, and we could see another leg down here for Bitcoin today. And we're also, as you can see, as the Bollinger Bands, we are coming and touching this lower part of the Bollinger Band, meaning we could see a continuation to the downside as well. And we are moving further away from this moving average right here, the Bollinger Band. So if you don't know how to use the Bollinger Band, the way you use it is you see this estimated moving average right here, this red line. So the price is going to be either fluctuating above the red line or touching it and then moving away from the red line. And so what we're seeing right now is we're seeing a movement away from the red line, which could potentially move the price even lower down here before this moving average comes back down here, and we can either retest it and get rejected for a continuation pattern, or we can retest it and cross through it and move on higher and bounce off from this golden pocket right here. So it all just depends on whether Bitcoin is going to be holding this. We have 1 minute left till we find out where we see the price going, because we could get rejected from this moving average right here. Remember, if you're just joining in, make sure to hit that like button and post in the comments down below if you want me to take a look at any other altcoins here as well from Bitcoin. But right now we're just taking a look at Bitcoin because it is the leading indicator right now. We are looking to see where the next move is. But if we zoom on out here, we do see that this this white line here at 37,700 is a very important area, because we have found multiple areas of resistance and support here. So if we break below this, we can see definitely another move to the downside here. But right now we could continue this downtrend because we are setting lower highs. So a high, lower high, a low, a lower low, and now if we keep going down, then we are going to be testing this golden pocket area at around 37 to 37,200. All right. All right, so it's looking like, let me look on the 5-minute chart. All right, looks like for the 5-minute chart, we are coming back here. SHIB entry points. Yeah, sure, we'll look it up right now. Looks like we are coming back up here and retesting this. But it's looking kind of weak. So it looks like we're just coming back up here, retesting. We could just drop down even further, but we are waiting till we hit 37,842, which is what's happening right now. We're actually moving up. But let's look at SHIB. I haven't looked at SHIB in a while, so my charts could be a little bit okay. Ooh. All right, so it looks like SHIB could be dropping down lower here, because if we just look on the let's look on a higher time frame. Get rid of all this stuff. All right, so we've been trading within these two blue boxes, and right now we're starting to get rejected from this second blue box right here. Meaning that if we come back down here, let me just, yeah, so if we come back down here, right now we are below all the moving averages for the 4-hourly, so we are still in the continued downtrend. We've been trying to break above this, but we've had so many touches down here like this. Right here we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches, 6 rejections from the 21 and the 50-day moving averages. But as of right now, it looks like we're going to be coming down here and testing this 5 area, and it will be more confirmed if we make a lower low right here. But as of right now, we can also start seeing here, if we look on a 6-hourly chart, let me also get rid of sell buy signals, to make this a little bit easier to look at. But yeah, as you can see, we've been we've just been trading right above this channel that we've been looking at, and we've just been finding a lot of rejections from here. So we are going to be going down lower if we make a lower low from here as well. But right now it looks like we could also be doing a W pattern, so we can't rule that out. And also because Bitcoin is still on an uptrend, we have to see where Bitcoin is going to be going, because we have a low, we could potentially come back in here, make a slightly higher low, and then that could be our W pattern to reverse onto the upside, because W patterns, they come from excessive downtrends, and this has been an excessive downtrend here for the last 2 weeks. But yeah, but right now we are trading on this lower part of the blue box, which is not a good sign because every single time we've been trading in the blue box, like right here and right here, we always get a nice move to the upside. Always a quick move, very quick move. And right now we've been trading down here for a while right now, and it's not looking very strong, in my opinion. And we also could just be creating just a bigger M pattern right here with this as the resistance. So if we do see a rejection, a come up rejection from this point, then that also indicates that we are going to be going down lower and testing this lower area right here. But as of right now, let's also take a look at the fib retracement level. So we have our swing high up here, we have our swing low down here. And yeah, it looks like the continuation pattern could still be going down further because we do have here our 0.382. So the way we know that pattern is going to be continuing is from here, we see a nice move to the downside, right? And we always see a pullback because people are going to be taking profits from that move to the downside. And they usually take profits at around the 0.383 is when people start coming back in. So we always see a move like this. This is what the move is going to be looking like. And if we do our fib retracement from the swing high down to the swing low, it always comes back down here to the 0.382 level. And right there, we did see nice bounces off that level, meaning that we are going to keep the trend going. And where's the trend right now? It's a downtrend. So we always see movements to the downside in a downtrend, a pullback, a slight pullback down to these levels, either the 0.236, the 0.382, or the 0.5. And once it retraces back 50% of the move lower than that, we have it indicates that we might be going down and reversing the trend, meaning that we're going to be going back up. But as of right now, this trend is still intact. We are still in the downtrend for Shiba. Entry points could be right here at this this level, at around the 5 level, or down to this lower blue box at around the 4.2 level. But as of right now, we are still in that downtrend. We haven't even broken above the orange 21-day or 50 moving average, and we're still below the yellow 21-day moving average. So it's looking pretty weak. But at the same time, we also have very, very low volume right here as well. So we're just going to have to see if we come back here. The way I can say this is bullish is if we make a slightly higher low, and then we come up here and then break this area of resistance at around the 7 to 6.8 area. Then we can make a reversal pattern and move on up here to retest this golden pocket. But that's what it's looking like for Shiba. Let's look at Cardano and VeChain. Let's see, Cardano, VeChain. All right, Cardano's looking pretty good. Cardano's looking pretty good. We are very close to making a W pattern right here. So we have a low, we have a higher low. Nice W formation. It came from a downtrend. It's just a really big W pattern. And we are looking for the break at this neckline at around $1.41. We did come up to that exactly $1.41 right here. Let's just zoom in a little bit more. Let me also take a... Okay, so we have this W pattern. And let me just extend this blue box. And look how I just extended the blue box. Didn't even move it. And this wick touched perfectly at that point. So these are supply and demand zones down here as well. So I can copy and create another blue box. And you can put a blue box right down here. So this is also an area of supply and demand, meaning that the price is going to be moving far away from that really quickly once it hits this area, because a lot of people have either their buy orders or their sell orders there. So we have movements here to the downside, movement up, W pattern, but right now we did get rejected from the 200-day moving average. So we came up here, stay below the red moving average, and now we are looking like we could be going down lower. Just depends on the coin. But if we do break above this supply and demand here area, we can continue up higher and move from the top of the neckline down here to the low, and we could potentially be making a move almost to $1.81. But again, we do have some more resistance here up ahead. So it's not just going to be a straight shot unless Bitcoin does make an explosive move to the upside. Then we'll be able to see a nice move for Cardano here. But this big, massive W pattern here could potentially play out and hit $1.80 before we see some more resistance and more sideways consolidation. All right, but let's look at VeChain too. VeChain. All right, VeChain's up 5% today. So a lot of these altcoins, we are finding resistance here. We've been in a continued downtrend, and now we're just finding resistance at this this 200-day moving average. As you can see, we came up, got rejected, came up again, and now it's a really strong rejected. So this candle right here, when does it close? It closes in 20 minutes. So this is a pretty bearish candle just because we have such a large wick to the upside, meaning that the price went all the way up here to 0.087 cents, came all the way up here, and then we got a price movement to the downside. And right now we could close here at actually even lower. Oh yeah, so this is a very bearish wick right here. So this means that we're going to be moving down here and testing 0.074 area, especially because this is looking like an M pattern as well. Let's look on a lower time frame just so you can see it better, because I mean, I've had some experience now where I can just see the 6-hourly chart candles, and the 6-hourly chart channels, they're a higher time frame, so they're going to be looking like less candles and you're not going to be able to see the pattern more. But once you start going on a lower time frames like the 1-hour chart, then you're going to start seeing these patterns look easier to identify. Now I can perfectly see that M pattern, whereas with the 6-hour chart, you see how you can kind of tell, right? You can kind of tell it looks like that, but you know, if you're not very trained in looking at higher time frames, then it looks a little bit more foreign. But like I always suggest, always look on lower time frames apart from higher time frames so you can see those patterns play out right here. So the neckline would be right there at around 75 cents. And once it comes back down here, we either can get a bounce, confirming that we could continue going higher, or we